It's Transworlds96 here with another video review. This time we have the Star Wars The Black Series Finn from the Force Awakens line, and this is the Jakku version. So yeah, overall this is the only version that's been announced of Finn, but because it does specify that it's a Jakku version, if I'm saying that correctly, we'll probably get another one, probably one where he'll actually have a lightsaber, and then we'll probably get a clone disguise one or Stormtrooper disguise one as well. So I don't believe that this will be our only Finn, but for right now and up to Wave 4, this will be our only version of Finn. So yeah, overall, going over the actual figure, looking quite good here, I have to say. One thing, with Hasbro 6-inch figures, the likenesses of the actors, is usually nothing special or anything like that. However, in this figure, the likeness is pretty darn good, I have to say. For a 6-inch Hasbro figure, it definitely, captures the likeness of the actor, I think. So I'm pretty happy about that. Looks pretty good there. His expression is very stern. I mean, his smile, like a little bit on this side, his lip kind of goes up a bit, but it really doesn't come up as a smile very much. It's a very stern look, I have to say. Sculpted the hair quite nicely. Overall looks good, and then the eyes are painted really well. They look completely straight on and not googly eyed or anything like that. His jacket is quite good. It is a separate piece that is going over his body, and it does give him a bit of a bulk up here, which looks slightly strange, but nothing too bad. It would have been nice if they made this slightly thinner, but definitely nothing to complain about. His arms are actually sculpted in that jacket look, of course, which looks good. I like the detail on the side here, and the one thing that I love is in the joint. They actually sculpted the joint with the lines of the actual outfit, which is something that we usually never see. Usually it's just a clean joint here, for the most part at least. So it is great to get this. Really shows their attention to detail, I have to say. So I applaud Hasbro for that. And the actual sculpt of the outfit is really good. Let's get focused. As you can see, got some wonderful texture in there. Really well done. Definitely like it a lot. Pants are very nice. Lots of wrinkles and everything, and then the shoes very sandy, and the sand does translate up here to the joint as well as to the actual pants. So to get that sand in the joint is wonderful. Really glad they did that. They could have easily, and what I would have expected them to do, just a plain tan like the shoes or a plain black like the pants, but yet they did actually sculpt it sand-like so that it really looks like the sand is going up here and doesn't just take a break on the joint. So very nice about that. Really quite impressed. Their small attention to the paintwork or detail on this figure, and pretty much all the other figures, is really quite good, I have to say. Overall, looking quite nice. He does come with a gun. The gun is pretty interesting. It's a little bit bigger than your average pistol, yet it's a little bit smaller than your average just like two-hand type of gun, so it does kind of not fit in my opinion. It just seems a little strange because I don't know how to get him to hold it, properly, and because of his articulation, he really can't hold it with two hands without forcing it over there. Unfortunately, on this side, the hinge that he has is typically the hinge that I prefer, where it can go up or down like that. It won't go in and out though, and you need the in and out to get him to hold it with two hands. Well, this side does go in and out, but this side doesn't have the trigger finger, so you want him to hold it on this side more because he does have the trigger finger that works really well. So yeah, overall this gun is kind of annoying because of that, although it's sculpted nicely and painted pretty well. What I prefer to do, and he probably will never use this gun in the movie, is give him a Stormtrooper gun. I just think that he holds it perfectly, and then it's just the perfect size. It's great. So I actually display him with this gun. I think that he looks pretty good with that. Articulation wise, he's very good for the Black Series. You've got a ball hinge neck. Can't really look up much, but he can look down a bit. Not much though, but a fair amount. Then he's got a swivel, of course. You've got a ball hinge shoulders as well as hinge swivel elbows, which is nice. You've got, like I said, swivel on both wrists, with this side hinging in and out this way and this side hinging up and down. So yeah, ball jointed upper torso, moves up and down a little bit but mostly swivel. He's got ball jointed thighs which move up quite well, swivel at the thigh, double hinge knees, and hinge pivoting ankles. The pivot works really well. So overall articulation is great. With all the other Black Series figures, they are in desperate need though of a double hinge elbow instead of the hinge swivel. So they really should have a swivel at the bicep and then a double hinge elbow. That would really make them perfect articulation wise, but overall he's looking quite nice. Articulation is of course very good, although could be slightly improved improved upon, but really just slightly. Here he is with Rey, as you can see, and then we'll throw in a stormtrooper here. And then, if you don't know already, and I'm sure you're wondering, can you actually put Finn's head on a stormtrooper body? You can, so let me do that for you to show you. So as you can see, you can pretty easily pop off the head of both of the figures and put Finn's head on the Stormtrooper body. Looks great, I have to say. Would definitely, if you want a Stormtrooper version of Finn, you could definitely do this, and it looks great. Really definitely a perfect fit. The ball joint's the same size, so it's not like this is loose or really stiff or anything like that. And then the proportion of the head to the Stormtrooper body is perfect as well. So overall, looking great. You can even paint like a bloody handprint on the Stormtrooper helmet there, and redo that scene where he's taking off the helmet from the trailer with that handprint and looking all freaked out. So overall, really nicely done. I really am happy that you can do this, although I don't think you're going to have to do this. I can't imagine that we won't actually get an official version of this later on, because it's just so easy for Hasbro to do, and I think a decent amount of people would like to buy it as well. So overall, really nice that you can do this. So overall, this Finn figure is quite nice. Articulation is, keeps up with the Black Series and is quite good. The detail and paint is what I would consider over average, I have to say. And the sculpting work with all that, the little texturing on the outfit, as well as just the facial likeness, I think they did a splendid job on. The gun is, all right. I don't like the size of the gun because it's too big to be a pistol. It's too small to be a hand, or like a double hand type of gun. And but that's not the fault of Hasbro. That's just personally, I don't like the gun, but overall the figure is quite nice. Would highly recommend it to any Finn fan. If you don't care for Finn, or you don't think you're gonna like him in the movie, there's no reason to get this figure. But overall, it is a nice addition to the to your Force Awakens collection. So yeah, so overall, pretty nice figure. Thanks so much for watching.